Okay, hello everyone. Today our group will induct some local customer of Russia for you. And our group is group 3, and my name is Hong, and my match number is 29449. Okay, next page. This is our contents, and we have six part to index the Russians. Okay, next page. Okay, the part one is brief country profile about Russia, and next page. And let me know about Russia. The full name of which is the Russian Federation is a transcontinental country located in Eastern Europe and North Asia, and is the largest country in the world and spanning the Eurasian continent. And the following is the country profile of Russia. Okay, the next page. So about Russia's population, according to 2023 date, the population of Russia is about 146 million, and Russia is the ninth most population country in the world. And we know about they have more ethnic groups. Russia is a multi-ethnic country, of which is the largest ethnic group in the ethnic Russians, accounting for about 18% of the total population. Other major ethnic group include Tatars, Ukrainians, and Chechens, and more. Russia is home to numerous ethnic minorities with a rich national culture and language. And about religions, Russia has a variety of religions, many including Orthodox, Christianity, uh, and Islam, and Christianity and Buddhism. The Orthodox Church is the most dominant religion in Russia, and the most Russian Orthodox Islam is large adherent in the south region of Russia and the Caucasus. And the next page about the Russians' education. Next page. And Russia has a well-developed education system, and its new university and the scientific research institutions enjoy a good reputation. Russia has produced many outstanding professionals in the field of the science, technology, engineering, and the mathematics. Moscow State University and Petersburg State University and so on enjoy a high reputation in the world. The last is Russia's government. Next page. And Russia is a federal semi-presidential state. Its government consists of three main branches: the president's parliament and the judiciary. And the president is the head of state and the head of the highest authority in government. Elected by the citizens, the parliament consists of the federal symbol and the state Duma. Russia's judicial state operation independent. This is a brief overview of Russia. Okay, next.
Okay. In human interaction, Russians are known for their warmth, loneliness, courage, and straightforwardness. Here is part of their uh, adequate. The first dining first dining adequate. When it comes to eating, Russians tend to use knives and forks. Uh, they avoid marking noses during meals and do not drink too directly from their spoon of leave it standing in the cup. As a rule, they only use flat, not spoons when eating. The second is customs and honors. Uh, the sunflower is a national flower of Russia, and there are flowers of sunflower in plants such as the outskirts of Moscow. Russian believe that sunflower represents res resilience, possibility, and kindness, but in the Russian flowers are treated as growth. The third is clothing equate. In the Russian countryside, you can see Russian mother wearing sun headscarves, which is a folk requirement for married women. When visit Russia, it is important to take off your coat, glove, and hat to remove your sunglasses as soon as you enter. This is a country days. And number four is festival equate. The most famous of this is the Cucumber Festival, a celebration of the cucumber harvest, uh, where where a variety of cucumber related food for served on the festival table. Uh, Russia also has many unique res- unique results that um, separates of their country's culture. The 3 months of the kiss, it is customary for Russian to kiss and hug when meeting and saying goodbye. Uh, sadly, uh, especially for relative and close friends, uh, their certificates on the check, left, right, left. The second is flower, are the best gift of all. Russians love flower, whether it's a birthday, holiday, or just you can't go wrong with flowers. The third is shouting, bitter, bitter. It's bitter, bitter at wedding. In the um, midst of a Subaru's wedding fest, the Russian ghost would uh, suddenly cry out, "Bitter, bitter," which means left is so bitter. Let's have some sweet. The bride and groom would then stand up and kiss in front of the crowd. The fourth is bad luck to see an empty ducat. Russian believe that if you see someone on the road crying and empty or crying too empty empty ducat, it is almost a thing. If you see a jug full of water, uh, it is a good omen. Yeah, that's all for me.
Okay, there are some gestures in Russian culture that have meanings opposite to their commonly understood meanings in other cultures. Next, uh, here are a couple of examples. First is the OK sign. In Russian culture, this gesture uh, has a vulgar connotation. It is similar to making an offensive gesture with a middle finger in some other cultures. It's better to avoid using the OK sign in Russia to prevent any misunderstandings. Uh, and beckoning with the index finger. In many cultures, beckoning someone to come closer or to get their attention is done by extending the index finger and curling it towards oneself. However, in Russian culture, this gesture is considered impolite and is often associated with some animals. Finally, is showing the palm. In some cultures, showing the palm of your hand with the fingers extended is a way to indicate stop or halt. However, in Russian culture, this gesture can be interpreted as a sign of disrespect or dismissal. It may convey a message that the person is not interested or does not care about what is being said. So it's generally better to avoid using this gesture when communicating with Russians. Next. Next. In this part, I will introduce the emphasis on status of Russia. In Russian culture, there is a certain emphasis on status, which is related to several factors such as family background, education achievement, and status and authority in society. First is the family background. In Russian culture, the family holds a significant place. And one's family background can carry a certain level of prestige and social status. Coming from a respected or influential family can provide advantages and open doors to certain opportunities. In addition, in terms of educational achievements, education is highly valued in Russian culture, and academic achievements are often seen as a pathway to success and social status. Attaining higher education, particularly in prestigious institutions, is regarded with admiration and can positively impact one's status. Finally, is status and authority in society. Respect for authority figures such as governmental officials, leaders, and elders is ingrained in Russian culture. Those who hold a position of power and influence often command a higher level of respect and are associated with status. Okay, next.
Okay, so this part is about the videos of Russians. Next. Six of these videos are universally agreed upon. The first one is patriotism. Russians see their countries as their home and protection and have a strong sense of national pride and attachment. The second one is family concept and interpersonal relationships. Russians tend to leave their parents to live independently before they get married. In addition, Russians are more interested in their own private space. The third one, collectivism. Russians usually have a sense of collective responsibility and solidarity. The example is work, where they place more emphasis on teamwork and collective interest. The fourth one, educational emphasis, Russians generally value knowledge and education as the cornerstone of personal and national development and as an important means of maintaining competitiveness. The fifth one, personal beliefs and religious concept. Russia is an Orthodox country, and they also pay more attention to their personal beliefs and religious concept. They tend to go to church on weekends to pray, and they also have a strong sense of social responsibility and care for others. The last one, humanities and cultural heritage. Russians read a lot of books about history, literature, and arts, and focus on their own contribution and knowledge. In addition, as a country with a long history and culture, Russia has many cultural events and arts exhibitions that allow people to learn more about its culture and history. Next. The last part is about the unique superstition of Russians. Next. The first one, it is considered unlikely to shake hands at the threshold, and all greetings such as shaking hands should be done after entering the Russian home completely or waiting for the owner to come out completely. The second one, the number of the flowers to be stand should be odd number. The third one, before any journey begins, sit quietly and wait for a while. The fourth one, empty bottles should be avoided on the table and placed on the floor to avoid bad luck. Bad luck. The fifth one, in Russia, if the sled is accidentally spelled, it is a sign that there may be cruel or unlikely things. The sixth one, whistling indoors is considered unlikely and can easily lead to financial problems. The seventh one, unmarried people should avoid sitting in the corner of the table to avoid not getting married. The eighth one, it is considered unlikely to congratulate happy birthday in advance. The last one, in Russia, the number 13 is considered to be symbol of evil and unlikely, while 1 and 7 are considered to be auspicious numbers. Next page. So that's all for our presentation. Thank you for listening.